Welcome to the Football Retro Podcast.
The word welcome, I guess, is stretching it a little when you're an Australian in a place like this today.
Hello and welcome to episode 34 of the Football Retro Podcast. I'm your host Johnny, and today we're back at a full table. How are we doing, guys?
I'm back, guys. I'm back.
You couldn't face the truth after Real Madrid got evicted from the...
Oh, look, it's disappointing. Losing in this
Well,
one game.
after the Super League fiasco,
One step away
they
from
got evicted from the Champions League.
one step away from the final, but it's probably not the semi-final loss that hurts the most, because Chelsea are the better team, to be honest, and it is what it is. The season that they have had with what getting this far was good enough, was quite an achievement with the state of the squad.
Sounds like a lot of excuses coming from that side.
The biggest club in the world and the state of the squad. Come on.
Anyway.
Look, I don't want to talk about Real Madrid today. We've spoken about that enough last week.
He's still showing his support with that hat.
Yeah, right here, guys.
Well, last week, one of the reasons
ask
why...
how he is and shit.
I don't care about him. One of
Fatty?
I spoke to you before, so good. One of the reasons why Darcy wasn't here last week, he was just checking up on Paris to make sure his body language is good.
Again.
His mood was good. Is he alright? Do you see him that? Do you not see him that he's better, or how is he?
Yeah, he's doing alright. I reckon he's the Vince McMahon of all football.
Vince McMahon. Yeah. The villain, that's for sure.
Pretty much.
I feel like Darcy's been saving that since your last episode.
He is. You just need to walk in with his entrance music in his board meetings.
Also, I'd just like to say a quick fuck you to all the boys who doubted my APL tips. Back on track.
3 out of 3. So big money.
Go
Do you
watch.
think anyone out there went to a loan shark and got $10 million and invested?
It was $4.84 multied up, so I don't know.
Are you prepared for tonight or not much on tonight?
No, there's not much on this week now. There's no more relegation. The league's pretty much sewn up. There's nothing notable there.
Just the top four needs to be
So
sorted.
last week a 3 out of 3 tip.
Well,
Fatty's hot tips are back.
yeah, but that was every week, bar 1 week out of fucking 6. So
Fair enough.
record speaks for itself.
Ah,
I believe.
how you been, man?
Fuck you.
I'm doing well, mate. I'm doing well. I'm very, very excited for Fatty over here.
For
Should
me?
I think, yeah, man. Look at you. You're back on form. Should we get him a medal? We need to get him something for this.
To Fatty's just every other day getting his tips right.
Oh, fair enough. So much of an achievement anymore.
No, not at all.
It's just a
It's like breathing
usual
or
day at
walking.
the office.
Exactly.
Standard.
So today, last week, we had some fun towards the end of the episode where we were comparing Inter Milan 2010 to now. So I thought, why not? Because it's an all-English final in the Champions League, let's compare different teams. Let's focus on the English teams now, considering right now the Premier League's the strongest and biggest, whether Akram would like to agree or not.
Yeah. How did Arsenal do against Villarreal?
That's the one result he's going to pick. But now let's
say-
think about it. How many spots? England now has 17 spots in the Champions League.
How did Arsenal do? Let's just say it wasn't a good evening for them.
Wow.
And let's just point out, how much did Arsenal spend in the transfer season versus Villarreal?
There's
much do you
3
reckon?
English teams in the final out of 4.
And Johnny, the amount of money that they have versus
Exactly,
clubs
what-
like Villarreal versus and Sevilla.
Okay.
You know, what are you going to try to compete
What an
with the
achievement for
mid-table
Villarreal.
clubs? It's more of an achievement for Villarreal than for Arsenal, isn't it?
Well, the point is...
Arsenal
that-
were in there
the
just as
point
much
is-
as
the point is now-
Villarreal.
The point is now that you've got guaranteed Man City or Chelsea is going to be in the
100%.
Champions League,
Yeah.
a Champions League winner, right?
Absolutely.
Man City's
Your
already going to be
privatised clubs, well done for you.
Man City's already going to be in the Champions League for winning the league.
Yep.
The other spot is going to go down to 6th in the English Premier League. The FA Cup winner is also going to get a spot, which is Leicester. So Leicester's already in the top 4. If they finish top 4, so it's going to go to another spot. There's going to be a playoff spot as well. So you could potentially have 6 English teams in the Champions
100%.
League.
And all 6 privately owned, flush with that Premier League TV money
Says
deals.
the Real Madrid fan, the People's Club, eh? Fuck.
Mate, I'm advocating for the little mid-table clubs like Sevilla and Villarreal, Real
Mid-table,
Betis,
Sevilla's-
but don't worry about it. It's all
Sevilla was fighting for the championship till like last week.
Sorry?
Sevilla won the Europa League 7 times
exactly.
out of 8 last year.
They're
8
fighting for the
years.
championship, and they've been winning Europa League with more money compared to Man United.
Why do you think
Are
it's
you
more-
kidding me?
why do you think
there's
it's more
not
money
even a
in-
comparison anymore.
Because
Wow, okay.
there's more money in the Premier League.
I didn't know
I didn't know you were the Spanish La Liga's personal accountant.
Look at the transfer budget that your clubs have. Look at the transfer season between
But,
Arsenal and Villarreal. That's what I'm saying.
Why is there more money in the Premier League than La Liga?
because they all negotiated better TV deals from years gone. More professionalism, more transparency. Clubs are actually willing to put other clubs and the health of the league ahead of their own interests.
There you
versus,
go. Then you've answered your own question. Of course.
No, I didn't, because I thought the question was leading to which is better, and it has nothing to do with who's
after
better.
all that. He spoke against it, but Spain is still
But
better.
of course, it's more professional. You don't see.
More organised, more professional.
But
more
sorry,
transparency.
you don't see any English teams playing a season out in the training grounds, do you? Like, of course, it's more
training grounds-
professional.
Training great. Look, I think
Do you really believe that though? Like
100%. I think it's a.
Are you kidding me?
I think it's disrespectful
Have
for
you
the
actually
league.
have you actually taken a look at the stadium? The stadium's better than half of the stadiums already in the Spanish league.
The scoreboard, the scoreboard is the same as
But that doesn't matter because apparently the Spanish doesn't have money anyway, so you can't expect them to have good stadiums.
Exactly, that's the whole point.
Marconi.
Compared to the Premier League.
Marconi Stadium's got a better scoreboard right now than.
Come on, mate.
Look,
I'm not even joking.
It's safe to say Spain and England have been dominated European competition for the past decade
What a
to 15
diplomat.
years. They have. But in saying that, La Liga Spanish teams are a bit of a decline at the moment in terms of Barcelona and Real.
He said that and then looked at him waiting for him to cop a
I
microphone to
think
the head.
that's something you got to keep an eye out. But they have kind of lost their way a bit. Barcelona and Real Madrid in the Champions League and
Yeah,
that.
that's
So
true.
and Premier League will always be up there. But
Are you nodding?
yeah,
Yeah,
so I just think
no, of course
No,
it is
just
true.
ask, you don't have to validate, just say yes. It's
Yeah,
just a question.
100%.
if you look at the coefficients, Spain and England are top two by far as well. By far.
England 1, Spain 2, unsettled. So we're talking about comparisons of teams, and let's focus on the English ones for today. Let's start off with, we're looking at Champions League finals or Champions League winners. Let's start off with Chelsea, right? They're in the Champions League final this time around.
Yep.
So let's compare what we have right now compared to the team that won it 9 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll go through the lineups like we did last week and see, okay, position by position, which one is stronger, which one's better. What do you start off with? This one or last one?
Probably the 2012.
Done. Let's go 2012.
Just to disclaim the 2012 final, they had 4 players missing through suspension. Chelsea.
Which ones?
Was it John Terry?
That's famous. The
They
famous
kicked
one.
out Alexis Sanchez.
Faggot comes on later in the podcast as if
Was
he
it
played.
John Terry,
Fucking hell.
Ramirez was on, and then was it Ivanovic and Raul Meireles.
Morales was hot and cold, same as
Yeah.
Ramirez. Ivanovic was big for them at right
Yeah.
back. At right back, he was a fucking animal, and he wasn't actually a right back.
Yeah.
He got converted into that position, or he had to
Yeah.
fill in there, but then he just bossed it.
Yeah.
He bossed it, and he's just it stuck with him.
I don't even know how you remember that. I don't see.
You know what? No, you know what? Because that.
Don't justify it.
Okay.
Do not justify it.
I'm
You're
just
making
saying
more
UEFA
angry.
I hear the justification.
No, because
Tell us
Bayern had
why.
3 players missing for suspension.
But how does that make you remember Chelsea?
Because then UEFA made a rule about scrapping the accumulation of yellow cards up to the semi-final. So
What?
they changed the rules. In
But
terms
how does that remind
That's how I
you of
remembered
who
it.
missed out for Chelsea?
Let's just
The names of the players.
let's just piss Johnny off a bit more. Who are the players?
For
I
Bayern.
think you'll kick
For
me out
Bayern.
of this podcast.
No, come on, I want to hear
Was
it.
it Boateng, Bachtuba, and Gustavo?
Which Boateng?
Jerome.
No, he played.
Did he? Oh, okay. There you
Kevin
go.
Prince. then.
Darcy.
There.
You can
He
stay.
did play. There you go. Cool. They
that's
did have 3 players, so 7 players all up missing through
I
suspension.
think he did that one on purpose. To be honest.
Interesting.
You know why? He's a bit drunk still. Had a few drinks before the podcast.
Water.
What?
Still,
Looks like vodka.
Gatorade. All right.
Yeah.
Goalkeeper, Petr Cech. Compared to Kepa or Mendy.
Better check, man.
I'm gonna say check in his prime's got to be
Yeah,
for
no
me.
comparison.
I don't think there's any
Yeah,
debate with
better
that
check.
one.
Okay, Mendy's got a promising career. He's doing very well, but yeah, better check.
I don't. You know what? I'm gonna say this. Sound racist. There's no
Black
good
keepers.
black
That's what he was
keeper.
gonna say.
Just like there's no good Asian keepers
No, we're all thinking.
Yeah, I can't think of any black keepers.
that are good. Like Dida, his heart. Like you can't say he's fully
Yeah,
black.
but we know about your hatred towards Brazilian goalkeepers.
Okay, but I'm saying even
Okay, he
like
admits it, but-
the most high
Why?
profile,
What's Brazilian
you know,
goalkeepers?
darker skin toned goalkeeper for me would be someone like Dida
Yeah.
or fucking what's his
Would he
name?
get that? Is he get the dark enough for you or dark
No,
features?
No, I wouldn't. Yeah, darker features. Still South Americans.
No, no African goalkeepers stand out.
Adris Kameni from Espanyol. He wasn't too bad.
Yeah, but they're
Malaga.
not
They're
world
not
class.
world
class.
star.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not world class.
Yeah.
They're okay, but they're not world class.
Fair enough.
Fucking what's his name? Didn't France have a black keeper for a while? What was his name?
Lamar. From
That's
the
right.
90s. The 90s.
Yeah, shit. Like even Barthez was better than him, and that says a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't remember a good black keeper, man.
That's
So
a
Mendy,
flashback to Bernard Lamar.
I think Mendy's just now
Okay.
it's just there out of circumstance.
He's better than Kepa, that's for sure.
Probably they're just
Yeah.
trying. He's just a token. You know, they got to give him BLM. He's there. Whatever.
This
I don't know.
Anyway,
There's a quota, tick boxes and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not convinced.
Done. All right, right back in the 2012 final, Basingwa played obviously because he said Ivanovic was missing.
You know what else was missing? The gap between his eyebrows. Fuck that! What? Like how bad was that? Why didn't he do anything about it?
That's his nickname.
His monobrow
Maybe
was
you liked
fucking
it,
terrible.
like that's where Anthony Davis got his inspiration from.
Yeah, but come on, bro.
Basingwa. So right now, because it's a 3 at the back formation, Azpilicueta's playing right back.
Yeah.
So I think Azpilicueta's obviously better than Basingwa, but if he was Azpilicueta or Ivanovic, who would you go for?
Who are you asking first?
Any?
I'd go Azpilicueta. I think he's solid going forward, solid at the back as well. Ivanovic was also very strong at the back.
But this is Azpilicueta, who is like, how old is he now? He's in his early 30s now. He's definitely slowed down. Like, if you're comparing career to career, maybe, but I think Ivanovic over Azpilicueta.
For me,
It's a tough one.
Azpilicueta's a better ball player or better going forward, but Ivanovic more desire, more hunger. If I wanted to have someone that was going to fight in my team, it'd be Ivanovic.
He's very old school kind of Ivanovic.
It'd be Ivanovic. Very old school defensive style, very solid, hungry. He doesn't sort of back out. So Ivanovic for me.
I would go Azpilicueta. Centre backs pairing, because Terry didn't play obviously. David Luiz and Gary Cahill played.
How the fuck did you win with that pairing? To be fair, Luiz back then
was pretty good player.
was a beast. He was scoring goals.
And here you've got Thiago Silva.
You know what? I'm not convinced with any of them. All three, I'd be like, fuck them.
Terry was very underrated. He was. I love Terry.
Terry out of all of those three.
If you want,
And I don't know, Thiago Silva, hot and cold, man. He's either fucking fucks up badly.
He's 36 now, bro.
Yeah, like
Thiago Silva's 36.
Yeah, I wouldn't put Silva. Like, I'd probably take Cahill just on with
Terry
Terry.
and Cahill.
Terry and Cahill, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, Terry would tackle, score, defend, lead,
Yeah.
sleep with your wife, all in one play.
And who could forget him going an all-out kid holding the trophy in the
100%.
Fucking wanker. What a drop kick.
Left back, Ashley Cole, Fatty's favourite. And Rudiger's playing here, or Alonso. Let's put Alonso there.
Oh, it's Cole.
Ashley Cole, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Ashley Cole.
Ashley Cole in his prime was a different player. Again, he had that hunger, desire. He did get forward as well, but I don't think there's a comparison.
Yeah.
In the centre mids, Obi
So far we've picked all the old
2012 is winning.
Yeah.
Centre mids, you had Obi Mikel and Lampard.
Lampard picks himself. I don't think there's any question there.
Right now, you've got Jorginho and Kante.
Oh, Kante and Lampard.
Kante and
Lampard
Lampard. So
is
1
gonna
and
be-
1.
Yeah.
Kante, we spoke about it last episode.
It's quite clear,
Obi Mikel's an interesting one because he had, I think, the Under-20 World Cup, the same one as Messi was in 2005. He was rated as a
You know what?
high prospect, but then
I feel Obi Mikel. There were games where he was outstanding, but for the most part he was mediocre. And a lot of Chelsea fans, I don't think liked him. I don't know, Johnny, you would have a bit more comment on that. But I felt like he wasn't really.
He was alright. You know who I liked a lot more? He was on the bench that game he didn't come on. Is Michael Essien.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
I agree.
I loved
One of my
Essien as
favourites,
a centre mid.
Essien was very powerful.
very versatile as well.
I remember that Chelsea era, Essien and Drogba. Just those two fucking African players there. Both power, both aggression, very strong with the ball.
Yeah.
He was a monster, Essien.
Out wide, how did Chelsea win this? Solomon Kalou and Ryan Bertrand.
Wasn't Florent Malouda there as well?
Malouda was on the bench. He came on in the 73rd.
Malouda was terrible at Chelsea. Where did he come from? Where he came from?
Lille.
From Lille, but he does well for France, but at Chelsea he was just a bit.
It was okay. He was.
He was one of those players that did it for his national team, not for his club. I think.
Yeah.
Like a bit like Messi, Messi other way around.
Here you've got no, I'm not answering that. You've got James and Mount.
Rubbish. Mason Mount, maybe, okay.
Once again, a prospect.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still young as well.
But not someone that's going to lead the team or is a big player.
And look at this difference. Mata and Drogba or Ziyech and Werner. This is...
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think with the exception of Kante, I think 2012.
Yeah.
The only player that would get
Yeah.
into 2012 team would be Kante.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, compared to the 2012 team, Chelsea, which was heavy underdogs in that final, they still
Yeah.
won, which was
Imagine
which
being
was so
underdogs
good.
with that squad.
Oh, and then beating Bayern in their own stadium too.
Yeah,
That was cool.
Because Bayern had a gun squad. Ribéry, Robben, Gomez, Müller, Cruz,
Schweinsteiger.
Schweinsteiger, Boateng, Lam, Neuer. That was
Yeah.
a gun squad.
And then they won it a year later though.
So Retro wins this round.
Yeah.
Wow.
And coaches, Di
'Cause
Matteo
even the
and
bench,
Tuchel.
Paulo Ferreira, Essien, Maluda, Fernando
Yeah.
Torres came in,
All big names.
Sturridge.
They're all internationals.
Deeper
They're all
and more
like,
talented all
with
the
the,
way
with the
through.
exception of keeper, everyone's an international. Paulo Ferreira for Portugal, playing at right back.
Yep.
Essien we know for Ghana. Romeu in the midfield. Maluda, French national. Torres, obviously. Sturridge, even playing for England. Like, they're all internationals.
What
Now,
about coach Di Matteo versus Tuchel?
I don't think it's harsh to judge Di Matteo. He was only there for 6 months or whatever it was.
I'll get that,
Yeah.
but at the same time, what did he do after?
Matteo, that's strange. What
They
did he do
sacked
after?
him straight because they were struggling in the Champions League, in the group stage. That's when they hired Rafa Benitez.
But after winning the Champions League, they got
got Rafa.
they exited in the group stage the
They
year
did,
after,
yeah.
and they won the Europa League there.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only team to hold both Champions League and the Europa
Yeah.
for 1 week.
Yeah.
All right, so Retro wins this round.
Yeah.
Let's go into Man United. I tried to find Arsenal from 2 different eras to Champions League winning squads, but I
Yeah.
couldn't find any, so I couldn't do Arsenal. Sorry,
Oh, that's a
Faddy.
shame,
Fucking hell.
Yeah, 2006 runner-up and 2019 Europa League runner-up.
Oh wow, you had to get a Europa League. Come on, Darcy, that's a low blow.
That's the closest
He's
I could
right
get.
here.
It's the closest I could get, man.
But don't even bother because Retro will win it. There's not even a
Oh yeah,
question.
they would actually.
All right, what am I looking at? Man United. So the 99 treble winning squad against the 08 penalty winning Champions League.
That
You
was
have to say that because you cut.
Well, Terry slipped,
I just get the memory. All I get is just Terry
slipping.
eyes bawling and
That
teary.
was harsh.
And
That was
then
harsh.
Not even
Anelka,
harsh, bro.
and Anelka hesitating to take the penalty as well, and he missed.
Fucking Anelka. He's the biggest prostitute in football. That guy played everywhere for everyone and did everything.
All right, let's go. Let's start with 99. Schmeichel in goals against Van der Sar. Not as easy as people think.
That's a
Oh,
big.
that's a tough
wow.
one, man.
That's massive. I mean, we discussed this in the Man United episode.
Sorry, Ak, what do you think? Gonna be
I
quiet
mean-
in the corner there.
To be honest, like I was thinking about like how
It's not
old
Italian
was...
enough.
Sorry,
It's not Italian or Spanish enough. This discussion.
I was gonna say
He hates the Queen. We were
was
singing
gonna
"God
go-
Save the Queen" before. And
I
you
was
want
gonna
to
go
sing.
for Jorginho over Lampard, but you know. I was gonna ask, like, speaking of the context of 2008, like, how old was Van der Sar about then? Because would you say Schmeichel 99 was basically in his prime?
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say so.
Yeah.
Absolutely in his
So I've
prime.
got to say, like, you know, prime to prime, I would say Schmeichel.
He was born in 1970.
Yeah,
Who?
he was 38.
So
So
it's Van der Sar.
late
Yeah,
30s.
so you got to say prime Schmeichel over 38-year-old.
At the same time, for a goalkeeper, 38 is not the worst period.
no.
No, it's not. Like, you know, keepers have had a longer career than outfield players. And we all know this, but I mean, you know, when you comparing two grades, like, how do you compare two grades like Van der Sar and Schmeichel?
Yeah.
For me, I would have to go with who was in their prime of their career. I
He's,
guess.
he's currently the CEO at Ajax. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
There you go. So who are we voting, guys?
Oh, it's a tough one, man.
Just give me an answer. Don't give me like
Schmeichel.
Man, as I said, we discussed this before, and overall we said Van der Sar, but I have to agree with this point that in his prime, Schmeichel would have to get the nod.
Yeah, I mean,
But as an overall Man United legend, I would pick.
you mean like
put Van der
career to
Sar.
career?
Yeah.
You'd probably put Van der Sar over Schmeichel,
Correct.
but
Yeah.
As a
not-
one-off
not,
game,
you
yeah.
know,
Based on
1999 compared to 2008.
based on playing in that final at the age they were, then
Yeah.
you'd have to say Schmeichel.
Well, Avram Grant was the coach for Chelsea.
Avram Grant.
I'm glad
Yes.
United won now. You don't want the Israelis winning Champions League. All right. So Schmeichel's got that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Defenders.
Alright, so this one will be really, really tough, to be honest.
No, I don't
No,
think so. I think the
so.
08 is a stronger defense line. So you
No,
got
I don't think so. I think there's a mixture.
okay.
Yeah, I gotta say.
So right back is. I'm actually. We'll see if there's any double ups between one game or the other. Gary Neville, Ronnie Johnson, Yapstam, Dennis Irwin for the '99 final.
Yeah.
Evra, Vidic, Ferdinand, Brown.
I'll start here with a couple of things. Firstly, Wes Brown was not a right back. Wes Brown was a centre back.
What was Gary Neville?
He must have
He
been
may
injured.
have been injured,
That's
yeah.
why. That's why
Okay.
Wes
He
Brown.
wasn't
Because
even on
Wes
the
Brown's
bench.
not a right back, but obviously he played right back that game.
Yeah.
Wes Brown is terrible.
Yeah, no,
I wouldn't
100%.
touch him with
Gary
a 10-foot
Neville
pole.
definitely win there.
Gary Neville walks that one in every day of
Yeah.
the week.
Naturally, yep.
I think Gary Neville's Man United's
Yeah.
greatest ever right back. So
Yeah, Gary
there's,
Neville
there's
for me,
no way
easy.
that anybody else would get in there.
Yeah.
This is the tricky one because you got Stam there, who's a machine, but you're going against Ferdinand and Vidic as a pair.
Yeah.
For me, it'd be Starm and Ferdinand at the back.
I would have to agree with that.
Me too.
Ferdinand as your
Yeah.
captain,
Ball playing.
ball player. Yapstam as your
Hard
animal.
nosed. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Vidic is that as well.
Yeah.
It's a toss up between Vidic and Stam. Very,
I
very
love-
difficult.
Essentially, it's what you're saying is who is better, Vidic or Stam? For me, it
Hard.
has to be Stam all
Yep.
the way, right?
Yep. Sounds one of my favourite defenders ever.
I mean,
Yeah.
Stam did it everywhere though, and he,
Yeah,
did, it, and he did it for his
exactly.
national team. Vidic, as good as he
Yeah.
was, I mean, Serbia didn't really do much. Stam was a bit more in the spotlight in terms of having to come up for his country as well.
And Stam was world class in multiple leagues.
Yeah, that's right. Did it
And
at
in
Milan as well.
1999, you're talking about like him at his best. Nah, it has to be Stam, doesn't it?
Evra or Dennis Irwin.
That's tight. That's a tight
Would
one.
you say they're similar player left backs
No.
going forward? Different kind of.
Look, they both go forward. I mean,
Yeah.
Evra was a bit more technically gifted, let's say, than
Yeah.
Dennis Irwin, but I think Irwin was a lot more efficient and made
Yeah.
less mistakes. So for a final, I would pick Irwin.
I'll go Evra.
Yeah.
I'll go Evra.
Irwin-
Irwin
black guy.
just for a bit more.
Token black guy, you
Be
gotta
more
pick one.
solid at the back. So, Irwin.
Irwin's a more pure defender for me.
Yeah.
Evra's a bit more goes into Wonderland a little bit, and sometimes
Yeah.
he gets caught out.
So I believe for the '99 final, the Man United was missing both Keane and Scholes
Yep.
through suspension. Is
That's
that right?
right. Yeah. And Keane, he actually helped them in that game against Juve in the semi-final. That header, getting back into the game, and then got a yellow card, missed that, and then Scholes as well. Having to miss that game, people didn't give Man United a chance.
So the two
Yeah.
centre mids that started were Nicky Butt and David Beckham as a centre mid.
Wow,
Yeah.
how the fuck did they get that? Beckham is
Had to.
definitely not a centre mid. And
No.
You reckon?
No, he's definitely not a centre mid.
So I reckon that he missed his calling as a centre mid.
No,
No.
I think he gets lost in the
Yeah.
middle. He needs to be bound by the sideline because he doesn't. When he gets in the middle, he loses his
And he
bearings a
gets those
bit.
crosses in on the right.
All he does is cross balls. What's he do in the middle?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, while you can, all he does is cross balls, but I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but crossing is an extension of long ball passing.
Yeah, but I don't
That's
think-
what Andrea Pirlo and Jorginho have been doing for the last fucking 20 years.
yeah, but
Yeah.
Beckham couldn't do a Scholes or a Keane job in the middle and break up play and win the ball. I mean, the only
Dude,
time he could tackle was when the ball was out of play and he had to get red carded for it. Against
I hear what
Argentina.
you're saying. I just look at it and think Beckham's stamina. He did work really hard, and he would put in a shift when it was necessary. And I'm not saying that if you compare career and say Beckham, how did he play? I'm thinking if he was born 5 years later and was in more the 2000s, he wouldn't be a right mid. He would have been a centre mid.
But but let's look at it this way. So you're talking about a ball playing centre mid.
I'm talking about-
okay. Let's say he's not replacing Roy Keane, obviously.
No, and he's not replacing exactly Paul Scholes, but
But hang
even Paul
on.
Scholes, yeah.
But you're talking about a ball playing centre mid.
Okay.
Scholes or Beckham.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not suggesting that like Beckham is better than Scholes as a centre mid, and to be honest, it's a hypothetical. We'd never know. I'm saying that, like, you know what? I like Beckham at centre mid.
He did played there at Real when he went there. They had to cater for him in the team when he first
Yeah,
signed.
I know
And
he
it didn't.
played there.
It kind of worked for him at times, and then
Look, it's a hard one because it's
a bit hot and
different.
cold.
It's different, Fatty, when you're saying if career was different, how would he have gone? And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think from the beginning, he could have been a great centre mid if he was started there.
If you ever
Too many
compare
hypotheticals.
if you ever compare Beckham to Pirlo again, then you're never talking to me again. So in the 08 final was Carrick and Scholes in the middle. So, and Beckham or Carrick and Scholes. I think Scholes wins over all of them.
Yeah, I would take Scholes over both.
But I'll put Roy Keane next to him if I could.
Same.
Yeah,
If you could,
yeah, quite would have
For
been
me,
there
for
for
me,
sure.
the Man United central pairing has got to be Scholes and Keane. Scholes is the ball player, and Keane is just that mongrel in the
So,
middle.
for argument's sake, if you're saying Scholes and Keane, right? But like they didn't play on that 99. Nicky Butt,
No,
David
well, Scholes
Beckham.
played in 08, so I can pick Scholes.
You're fair, yeah, but like I'm saying, like Nicky Butt and David Beckham over Scholes and Carrick.
No,
Scholes and Carrick.
Scholes and Carrick. Scholes and Carrick. Yeah.
Carrick does that work, and he's a little bit more box to box. He's
Didn't get much
similar-
recognition.
Yeah, he's similar to Lampard
Yeah.
in that aspect, a little bit box to box,
Yeah.
and he came up with some goals. But Scholes is your, puppet master, pulling the strings in the middle.
Out wide, Owen Hargreaves and Cristiano Ronaldo compared to Ryan Giggs and
Jesper
Blomqvist.
Blomqvist.
Blomqvist, sorry about that. That was a flash in a
Fucking
flashback.
sleeve.
Giggs and Ronaldo.
Without a doubt.
That's fair.
Who's going to question
Yeah.
Giggs on one wing and Ronaldo on the other,
Cristiano
cutting
Ronaldo,
in, and
no.
Yeah.
both of them were.
So 1-1 then.
Both of them
And
dominated.
they were
the-
teammates for a bit too. Yeah. So.
Yeah,
For a
weren't they?
while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got a mix so far. Bit of a mix. Up front, this will be interesting. Dwight York and Andy Cole, or Tevez and Rooney.
I like Tevez as a footballer, but in terms of how he went with Man United, I don't know. Compared to Dwight York and Cole,
Let me go straight out. It's Tevez and Rooney, guys. Come on.
it's.
To me, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I agree with Akram. And I hate saying those
I
words.
know, because but I agree because was it Dwight York and Cole? They had a good partnership.
No,
together.
they were
Amazing,
They were
amazing.
great number nines, man.
I think,
They were
I
fantastic.
think the issue is
Yeah.
Dwight York and Andy Cole separately weren't as lethal as they were together. So if
They
you
had
were,
to work together. You're saying,
That's right.
yeah.
So if you were to separate them to take Wayne Rooney or Tevez,
It might have not worked.
you've ruined it. But for me, Rooney playing as that shadow
Yeah.
striker, if you want to call it, or sometimes he dropped a little bit deeper, and Tevez was more your pure 9. Tevez was lethal, and at that time in his career, he was killing it.
Yeah.
He was killing it before he moved to Man City.
From there, he went to Man City.
Yeah, he was killing it.
100%. Like, I honestly think that thinking about the year 2000 to the year 2020, Rooney, Tevez, Cristiano.
That was a great
Yeah.
front
I
three.
think that's one of
That
the
was
best.
underrated.
One of the
Very, very
maybe top
underrated.
5 attacking trios
Yeah.
of the last 20 years.
And I think Wayne Rooney doesn't get enough recognition for
No.
United.
Yeah.
Isn't he the top goal scorer in United's history?
Yes,
Yeah.
he doesn't get recognition for that at all.
No.
Yeah.
He did a lot of work.
And you're talking about Tevez and Rooney in their prime, alongside a Ballon d'Or winning Cristiano Ronaldo.
And-
It's
Yeah.
no fucking.
Yeah, that's the thing. You've made a point of that. Cole and York, they're going to play well together, but outside of that,
Yeah,
I'm not sure. So these two. But
I'm trying to think.
Rooney
The only
and Tevez
player
take
that
it.
played in both finals was Ryan Giggs, who came on
Yes.
in the second half.
wow. Who else do they have there?
Nani.
Anderson, Nani came
Anderson, I
on.
don't know what happened to him.
John
Nutty-
O'Shea was on the bench, didn't come on. Sylvester was on the bench, didn't come on. Darren Fletcher didn't come on.
John O'Shea nutted Louis
Park
Fielder.
Ji-sung was in that squad, but didn't make the squad that final.
Look at the Chelsea midfielder though. Makelele, Ballack, and Lampard.
Wow.
What a
That's
midfield trio.
Yeah.
World class.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So it's a bit of a mixture. I think the 08's a bit of an edge above 99, but
Yeah.
Yep.
a bit of a mix.
Especially up front, I think the 08 team was.
We didn't do this for
Very good.
Chelsea, but for Man United, if they had to verse each other, who do you think will win, 08 or 99?
Man United.
Hmm.
I'd
I
say
think-
08 would win.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I agree. Is it mostly because of,
That going forward that'd be too strong.
even at the back, Foden and Vidic?
Yeah. Not Wes Brown though, right back. That turns like a bus. I don't know how he played fucking right back.
All right, let's move on to Fatty's favourite, Liverpool.
The Reds.
Are you going to send your love to Muscat?
I don't know if he's watching anymore. I think he's given up getting told off about how shit Liverpool is. He's having a cry.
Well, I spoke to him during the week. He said that you only get angry at Liverpool and him because Arsenal is doing so shit, you need to release your anger.
Bro, I always talk shit about Liverpool. What are you talking about? I used to talk shit about them before they even won the league, which was not that long ago. But they've always been the same. Our year. First year as champions, they flop. And then they've got 6 million excuses. Oh, Van Dijk's not playing. Your whole club's one player. Come on, man.
To be fair, they've also lost Van Dijk, Joe Gomez, and their third centre back. They're literally
So they couldn't sign anybody. They're so poor, eh? They have nothing. They're reigning champions, but they couldn't attract the centre back. Jurgen Klopp couldn't get anyone else.
wow, mate.
They had to get their wingers to play centre back. Come
You
on,
really dislike this
Please.
club, man.
please, bro. I just hate their weak excuses.
All right, let's move on to Liverpool.
Liverpool.
There's a bit of a mix.
I was talking about someone else. Sorry.
Bit of a mix here
Mixed bag.
once again. So goalkeepers, Alisson or Dudek?
Oh yeah, it's a Dudek.
You reckon?
No way.
I don't think it's.
I think
I'm just nostalgic. I
No,
like.
it's because you hate this incarnation
You
of
know
Liverpool
what?
so
Yes,
much.
I love the old
You're
Liverpool.
bi as fuck.
I love the old Liverpool.
I love the
I love
old
the
Liverpool.
old toothless Liverpool that was everyone's second team because they were shit. Just like when Chelsea was pre-Abramovich, they were everyone's second team because they
love
had the
it.
Hasselbanks, they had the Zolas. You could be like, oh, I love that team. Because they could never fuck you up, but I just like how they
I
played.
love the toothless Liverpool when they were shit.
Yeah.
That's when I liked them. I
Sammy
see-
Hupia and fucking.
Stefan Oncho.
Stefan
I see
Oncho.
how it works now. You only like Liverpool when Arsenal were on top and Liverpool were not. Now it's reversed.
Yeah, that's what I said when they weren't a threat to you.
All right,
Don't even admit it, mate.
bonus
It's quick.
points. Bonus points to whoever can name the goalkeeper that was sitting on the bench for the 05 final for Liverpool.
Oh, what's his name?
Darcy, 3, 2.
No.
Oh, 05.
Sander Westerveld.
Nope.
He left because
You
of
dumber.
Dudek.
Hey, he left because of what?
He left because of Dudek in 2001. That blunder, and then earlier just signed Dudek.
sorry, bro.
By the way, Johnny, I love how you give us a question that only a Darcy you know is going to answer it.
Do I know?
Fuck, you gotta say Westerveld was a good
is it
pick.
Brad
I
Jones?
forgot what his name was.
It's not Brad Jones.
No, Brad Jones wasn't there for very long.
No, he wasn't.
And
there,
not Tim Howard, he was
And
later.
not Rayner.
I think I
And
got
not
him.
Rayner.
And not Rayner.
Look how happy you
No,
are.
Rayner
Look how
was
happy you
heaps
are.
later.
Made his weekend.
All right, last chance. Anyone?
Let me see.
The
Oh, wow.
Scott Carson.
Yes, there was Scott Carson.
You know what? Funny you say
He
that.
just got his guard of honour, don't he?
Funny you say that. Scott Carson just popped up that he got signed for Man City as a replacement, and he gets a fucking.
Oh, is that the same bloke?
That's Scott
Yeah, that's
Carson.
Scott Carson.
Yeah,
There
but he
you
hasn't.
go.
He hasn't
He's
played.
a-
He hasn't played for like how many years
He's
now?
the same guy that cost England a spot at Euro 2008.
Yeah, I
as well.
remember that. That was terrible. Scott Carson. Fucking hell. Yeah, he was a flop. But
Yeah.
he recently went to Man City as just to fill in or
That's
something.
a third
It's a
choice
good,
keeper.
it's a good paycheck he got.
Yeah, but he hasn't played for years.
Yeah, and he
I
got a
don't
guard
know-
of honour.
Yeah, I don't know when the last time he played was. They just rocked up and
Yeah.
got a fucking Premier League
Against
medal.
Newcastle.
Yeah. Saved the penalty.
Rubbish.
All right, so
We get
Al-
distracted a lot here, guys.
Yeah. we do
Allison,
get sidetracked.
Allison wins easy. That one.
Allison. for
I
me,
don't rate
yeah.
Alisson because he's Brazilian, so you know my stance.
But
on
surely
that.
he's better than Dudek.
You know my stance on Brazilian
Come
keepers.
on,
I'm not
mate.
going to change my position.
What is your beef with Brazilian keepers?
I just fucking hate them. They're shit.
Pull
Is
your,
it-
pull
is-
your
is-
bites aside for a sec, fatty. Like, be objective.
The
for
last,
once.
the
For
last,
once, mate,
the
for
last
once.
Brazilian keeper that I had any respect for was Taffarel. After that, they went to shit.
Jesus.
Taffarel, that's a while ago.
So that's it. After that, no Brazilian keepers.
Do you have any personal beef?
It sounds like it, mate.
No, they're just
Let's
divers.
be objective for once.
I
Just
hate
for a
Brazilian.
change, fatty.
I hate
Let's-
Brazilian keepers as much as I hate Neymar. That level.
All right. The
remember when Dida faked fucking not faked, but they threw a flare at him for Milan and he fucking pretended he was injured forever. Like relax,
Yeah.
bro. Just fucking bumped your shoulder. He held his face like he got
I remember
fucking
that.
shot in the eye.
That was in Champions League, I think it was. Yeah.
They
That's
both
why I
they
hate
both
them.
played with a flat four at the back.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Not flat.
05.
That one looks a little bit like the centre backs are a little bit deeper.
Oh, man.
Right back, Steve Finnan.
Steve Finnan,
Irish, yeah.
junk, absolute garbage.
So you're saying that Alexander Arnold's better than him?
yes.
Yes,
Oh.
Yeah.
Arnold, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Finnan's rubbish. Finnan's junk.
So we all agree
Well,
on
I'm not saying
something?
Johnny, just average right
But
back.
he's nothing special.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Alright.
Look,
Junk is a bit harsh.
The
Mo
point
playing
still
at right
stands.
back for Guildford County is as good as Steve Finnan.
It wasn't that bad. Like,
The point
How
still
am I?
stands. It's Trent Alexander-Arnold. Move on.
Centre back pairing, Jamie Carragher and Hipia?
Sammy Hupia.
Hipia.
Herpia.
Herpes.
Oh, my God.
And Matip and Van Dijk.
I'd go with Van Dijk and Herpia.
No, Van Dijk and Carragher?
Yeah.
It's a tough one, but no, if I had to pick, Hyypiä was really good.
Carragher and Hyypiä for me. Fuck Van Dijk.
This guy's Liverpool
It's
hate.
Carragher.
You have to. Yeah, I'm sorry. Everything aside, you have to go Van Dijk.
Fuck off, bro. And I'm not going to say it.
It's
You're going to try and
Carragher
make me
Van
say it.
Dijk,
I'm
man,
not
come
going
on.
to say it. I'm not saying it. Carragher. That's it.
Out of those four I just mentioned, Van Dijk's not the best as a defender.
But why trying to make... I don't want to say it.
I want you to say the
Just
truth.
fucking go to the next one.
We'll just take your silence as
I said
agreeing with
Carragher.
You're gonna
us.
convince him, man.
I said Carragher. That's it.
And Van
You
Dijk.
pick who you want next to him.
All right.
Carragher and
Left back.
Sammy Hyypiä was okay.
it's
But he was
okay.
shit, bro. He was shit.
Wasn't too bad.
He used to fuck up
He
a
wasn't too
lot.
bad. He,
I don't think he's better than Jamie Carragher.
Bro,
I know, which
please.
is
look, I
shocking.
had
and
to pick someone.
Nah, bro.
We
he's
know
not
you have
better
to pick
than
someone. We
Carragher.
want you to pick the right person.
Like,
No,
I reckon
can't
one of the
think
worst. One of the like. Liverpool's complaining that they don't have Van Dijk now. Please, you had fucking Sammy Hyypiä and Stefan Honcho as centre backs.
Hyypiä was better than Oncho.
Fucking Stefan Honcho, the Swiss
Oh,
centre back,
boy.
rubbish, absolute junk. I don't
And
know if
the-
Muscat was a Liverpool fan that long ago, but Stefan Honcho was
Left
a
back
fucking
Andy
flop.
Robertson or Traore.
Jimmy Traore. Yeah.
Traore was hot and cold. I didn't really rate him.
Andy Robertson.
Robertson. Yeah.
Okay.
These are all shit players. Fuck
I know.
Liverpool. They're all junk. There's no players that really excite you. Look at
Now,
what
now, now we're getting exciting.
Not really, mate.
Yeah.
junk.
Centre mids, Xabi Alonso and Gerrard.
What? You can't skip. You can't have
Over-
them both together. Oh, they both play
over
different
who?
things.
They play both together.
It doesn't really matter at Darcy. It's going to be
Yeah, they will
Gerrard
win,
and
but I'm just-
Xabi Alonso.
yeah.
It was a 4-3-3 formation, so you had Henderson, Fabinho.
Why
not?
Wijnaldum.
Nah,
Alonso and Gerrard.
You'll take Alonso and Gerrard over all three of them.
I
Yeah,
agree.
they
Gerrard,
speak for themselves.
without a doubt. Like
Yeah.
it'd be criminal not to include Gerrard and Alonso.
They'll speak
Is
for themselves.
Alonso.
Yeah.
100%. Like I think that it's funny because I think that was the 05 Liverpool's team strength, and
The
then
midfield.
that was the 2019's weakness.
And they had
Interesting comment.
John and Risa playing as a left mid.
Mm.
He could play left back, couldn't he?
Anarisa was more a wing back, yeah.
Had a bullet of a left foot on him. Those free
Yeah, he
kicks.
was just, I remember that free kick scored against
Yeah.
United.
Yeah. Almost
Nearly
ripped the
broke
net.
the crossbar
Almost broke the net, man.
and broke Barthez' head.
Yeah.
So Risa left mid and Luis Garcia right mid.
Garcia,
He was
in
pretty
his,
average.
in his
man.
prime, was okay.
Yeah,
in
he
his
was-
prime.
He had a couple.
in his prime,
he
in
had,
his
he had a
best,
couple
he
of
was
good years.
Okay.
He had a couple of good years of his peak being in that Liverpool team in 05. But yeah, not much after that. And then he had an 06 World Cup, wasn't too bad.
Too worried about sucking his thumb.
It like just to comment, it's a pretty weak.
You like that one?
Look, that's what he did every time he scored a goal.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a pretty weak Liverpool team 2005.
Liverpool is pretty weak.
So, so
Well,
Wijnaldum
historically-
over Risa or Risa over Wijnaldum?
I'd put
Different players, though.
yeah, different players.
Yeah.
Wijnaldum's more a midfielder. When
Risa's winger.
Risa's more of a wing back.
Yeah.
All right, so let me give you the.
Muscat, who would you pick?
I can't even mention this out loud.
Here we go.
Luis Garcia, Barosh, and Harry Kewell.
Fucking Milan Barosh.
Milan Barosh and Harry Kewell are the two up front. So
Yeah.
let's put Garcia, Kewell, and Barosh as a trio compared to Salah, Firmino, and Mane.
Don't laugh because I would actually.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
Fatty.
Out of those
Please,
three, who would you
please,
pick out of?
Fatty.
Harry Kewell.
Nah.
Harry Kewell's got to make
A
it.
prime Harry Kewell?
Yeah, prime Harry Kewell. What the fuck?
Over who? Who would you take out of them three?
Mane.
Oh. As much as I really enjoyed Harry Kewell at his prime, that's a tough call, man, to put.
It's a stupid call.
Stupid call this guy said. He said it, not me.
Oh, I don't know, bro. You just fucking cut. That's my opinion. Fuck you. If you don't like it, tough shit.
Which Harry Kewell, by the way, came off in the 23rd minute.
Yes, 23rd minute. How the fuck do you remember that?
What?
Told you that last time.
He even remembered that he told you that last time. Hey, I got a soft spot for Barosh, but he's not good enough to be.
Can we quick?
Different, mate.
So,
Fuck, I just said I got a soft spot for Barosh.
and
bro.
Liverpool's-
This guy's got
Liverpool's-
to chastise me every time I say
but
something.
Liverpool's bench was ugly as well. Carson, Josemi, Haman,
Yosemite was
Nunez,
fucking-
Bishkan,
Hey, Didi
Cisse,
Haman could hit a free kick. Gotta give him that.
Cisse and Smith. Like it's
Who the fuck's
Antonio
Nunez?
Nunez, product
Oh,
of Real Madrid.
what
youth
about
team.
Igor Bishkan?
Bishkan, I remember him.
Rubbish. You know who he reminds me of? Oleg Luzhny.
But can we just take a second to look at
What are these
Milan's?
Eastern
I know
Europeans?
Milan's
Rubbish.
team.
Djibril Cisse. Vladimir Smica. That was another fucking...
He scored that goal in the second
He did.
goal.
Yeah, he did in that final.
Just quickly, Dida, Maldini, Nesta, Stam, Cafu, Pirlo,
There's your problem.
Seedorf.
Dida's the problem already.
Don't
Pirlo, Seedorf, Gattuso, Kaká, Crespo, Shevchenko.
But that team would beat most
Wow.
teams today.
Yeah, 100%.
Man,
Wow.
seriously, that game Milan was a better team, but that 6 minute of madness is what got Liverpool in there.
Listen,
Wow.
listen. That Milan team,
And Rui Costa
I
on
would
the bench.
not. Like, if I said to you, take that Milan team as it is, you
Yeah.
would not tell me, oh, I'd swap out this player or that player.
No.
The
No.
only
Look at the
player I'd
bench.
swap out is probably Dida.
On the bench,
Yeah,
they had
yeah,
on
yeah.
the bench they had Costa Curta, Rui Costa.
Far out.
Rui Costa, Costa
On the
Curta at the
bench.
back, Kaladze, but obviously don't worry about Kaladze at the back.
It wasn't too
Alright.
bad, guys.
Yondal Thomason.
Who would you put
Was
in
he
there?
in fucking Milan?
Like, look at that back four though. It's amazing.
Of course, yeah.
But there's no one getting in that back four unless someone died.
I mean, Kaladze was a good backup to.
Like, unless Yapstam fucking died in a fucking hunting accident or something with a gun,
No.
no one else would get in there.
Pirlo, Seedorf.
Only
Wilson.
Costa Curta would be close enough.
I'm
to
telling
get in
you.
there.
And this is, you're talking about like a 36-year-old Costa Curta at the time.
That's right. Yeah, he's
You know?
towards the end of his
Milan
career.
were a gun team. I don't know how they lost that
Bro,
final.
that
They should have
team,
won it.
honestly.
Honestly,
Yeah.
if we were
But
to-
look at that, like Kaká playing behind Crespo and Shevchenko, right? Then you got Seedorf, Pirlo, and Gattuso in the fucking mid, bossing that middle. That's like you. How you get through that middle
that's a
three?
dream
I don't
team.
know.
That's
How
like
you get through
that's
that
a dream
middle
team.
three?
honestly, if we did like a podcast on the top 5 teams of the last 20 years, I reckon that AC Milan team is in
I
there.
agree.
That was
I
a
agree. It
tough
has to
side.
be. Maldini, Nesta, Stam, and Cafu. The experience alone in that back four
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
worth.
But every line, you got Pirlo and Gattuso
Decades.
together. Shit, Seedorf,
Yeah.
Kaká. Kaká at that stage was the best player in the world.
And
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
let's not forget who was managing the team.
Ancelotti.
Ancelotti.
Bro, how? That to me, that was the biggest robbery in history. You
That
must
was
go-
a
you
better
fucking
team.
stole that
Then
one.
for that 6 minutes, Liverpool scored 3 goals. Unbelievable.
You know, here's some stats. Or overall shots on target, 10 against 7. 22 shots against 15 shots. 10 corners to 4. Wow.
That was a bit. That was,
And
a
then
bigger,
that
that was a
save-
bigger theft than the Wanderers winning
And
an
then that
ACL
save
final.
Dudek did on Shevchenko towards the end.
Yeah.
Point blank.
Wow.
Crazy final. Crazy final.
Pirlo missed the penalty. Shevchenko missed the penalty. It is what it is.
That's it.
Yeah.
That was interesting. No, we can do this more often with
And the
it.
coach, like our coaches for 05-19 Liverpool.
Yeah.
Benitez and Klopp.
If I was fucking what's his name?
Yeah,
Benitez.
he's saying, well,
Nah,
who did you go?
Klopp.
Benitez or
Klopp
Klopp?
over
Klopp.
Benitez.
Benitez, I feel he doesn't really have a style. He tries to. He pretends that he has a style, but he doesn't.
It works for certain teams, but
Like-
some teams just didn't.
Like everywhere
work
he
out.
went, he tried to implement some sort of style. Like you can't do it at every team. Like how do you go and do it at Newcastle? You can't.
He tried it at Real Madrid, didn't work. Inter didn't work, but it worked
It's
at
funny.
Valencia.
It's
and
funny.
at times
It's funny because he's managed a lot of fucking clubs everywhere and
A
big
lot of
clubs.
great clubs.
Yeah.
Like Liverpool, Chelsea, fucking Real Madrid. Okay, Newcastle. Let's not count that.
Yeah.
But
No,
the
yeah,
guy's
you're right.
been at big
Valencia.
clubs. Yeah, Valencia. So I don't know. He just doesn't cut it for me as a manager.
So we're picking Klopp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say
yeah.
Klopp.
I don't say
And who do you
Klopp as
think?
well.
Who do you think's going to win between the 05 squad and the 19 squad?
19 squad, I think.
19 squad would be a lot
Yeah.
stronger.
Yeah.
More balanced overall.
And just more efficient. There was stamina.
I
think we all
strength.
agree.
That
The-
was-
the 05
Klopp gets
squad-
that team going so
The
well.
05 squad would maybe the midfield is a little stronger.
Yeah.
Purely because of Gerrard and Alonso.
Yeah.
But as a balanced team, not the 19 team is a lot more balanced. 05 team is very unbalanced. There's a lot of fucking players that don't belong on a football team, period.
They had
Let alone in a
a lot of
Champions League
fortune in
final.
that final.
I honestly believe that duo that you're referring to, Alonso and Gerrard, are like head and shoulders above the midfield that Liverpool had.
Oh,
in
yeah,
2019.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Head and shoulders, right?
Yeah, like now they're fucking sucking Henderson's dick, but they forget that they had Gerrard and Alonso at one point. Different class.
So
Absolutely.
Daniel Sturridge has 2 Champions League medals.
Yeah.
Is that on the bench for Liverpool in 19 or is
Yeah,
on the
and
bench
Chelsea.
for
Yeah.
Chelsea in 2012?
Yeah.
Same as Shaqiri.
Didn't come on at all.
Shaqiri, same thing. Bayern at 13 and Liverpool 19.
Fuck, he just fucked you. He made it out like it was the only thing that ever happened in the history of football, and he just,
And then
he just in
Darcy
a
just
second
comes in with
came
his
up with
shit.
another
Sorry, man.
stat and
I'm a wet blanket. I know. Jeez.
So last time I bring a fun stat.
I missed
to
this
the
guy.
table.
fucking, yeah, you bring a fun stat like it's the be all and end all, and
Yeah.
this guy just fucking jams you one.
No, you talk about people that make finals and don't play. But even another one, Kovacic. He's played 3 Champions League wins with Real Madrid. Didn't play in any of
That
them.
was the worst stat you could have put up, Johnny, because he just.
And it could be a 4th one if
Nah,
Chelsea win.
that's the same team, but it doesn't count.
And it could be with Chelsea now 4 times off if he doesn't play and they win it.
Why are you getting on the host bad
That was
side?
such
of
a,
Darcy?
such a sarcastic laugh at you. You should have seen his face, but he said it with such joy.
Like,
Next
like,
week.
like he made it to be like I'm a dumb cunt, eh?
Absolutely. I just want to ask.
No,
honestly-
it's just
honestly,
interesting.
how did that fucking AC Milan team lose?
It was crazy. That's why they call it the miracle.
That's got to be
eh?
one
It
of the,
was
that's got to
insane.
be one of the best teams
Yeah.
in history.
But they got their revenge 2 years later
They did.
against Liverpool.
Yeah, but if you say, like you said, top 5 club teams in history, like the Barcelona of that
Well, that last
2011,
20 years,
12 era,
yeah.
this Milan team is got to be.
100%.
Who would you put it? Eh? Like, I mean, it's worth a whole podcast on its
But
own.
you'd think that Milan team would have dominated Serie A. They only won 1 Scudetto in 2004.
But that's because Serie A was still really
and
at
Juve
the
were pretty
top,
strong
you know?
too as well at the time.
And then, of course, by 2006, you had Calciopoli and
Yeah,
everything changed
03,
everything.
04, that's when Juventus was paying all the refs.
And Milan,
and
to
then
be
they paid
to be
for it,
fair.
got relegated.
I mean, they got caught up in it as well.
Yeah.
Any last comments, guys?
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. I'm
The
done.
fuck, bro? I thought there was.
I'm
another one.
angry now. I'm angry. I'm upset.
there
I'm
another one?
sad. I'm angry. No,
Surely
that's
there's
it.
another team that
Tony
you're
was
going
gonna
to
leave.
No, I'm done.
I got a message.
I want to finish
What about
it
Man-
right.
I got a
What
message
about
to
Man-
FIFA actually.
What about?
Oh.
Hey, I haven't finished. Wait a minute, quick before we
Okay.
get there. What about Man City? Man
about Man
City,
City?
now and
There
And
is
when?
there is no history of
I
Man
don't
City.
know. Mo might be able to tell us
Think
pre
what?
2012 when he used to support
Probably,
Man
they,
City.
they probably won the FA Cup final in the '73 or something. I don't know.
No,
They were playing at their old
doesn't
stadium.
Mo and Fatty support Man City? They should know.
Please, there's
No,
new age Man City.
No,
sort
but
of
no,
thing.
Sean Gota and Alfie Inge
Paul,
Holland.
I got Paul Dickov.
Paul Dickov, what a striker.
Stephen Ireland.
Stephen Ireland was around the money, and then they realised they have more money than, they could get a better player than him. They fucked
Well,
him
Fat,
up.
if you want to keep going, maybe we should do the Arsenal comparison.
No.
Yeah.
Lacazette versus Henry.
What about
Lacazette. all
I
day.
really
versus Stoke Campbell.
I really want to hear. I really want to hear your message to FIFA.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
there you go.
um,
Beef, who's this beef with
This
now?
is so we all know what's happening in the Middle East with Palestine, Israel.
This is
So
politics
this,
now.
no,
What the fuck?
but
Look
but
at
this
his
is
shock
no, this is
horror
a,
on
this
his
is a
face.
football element to it as well.
Akram's...
And it's
look at
known
him.
that
He's scared, bro.
the Palestinian footballers have been attacked
Palestinians have
by
footballers?
the IDF, and also they can't even exit the country to play in tournaments because they don't exit visas, and their stadiums have been attacked as well. So FIFA, if you guys have banned South Africa for apartheid, you guys banned South Africa for apartheid. Israel's doing the same thing to Palestine. Do something, ban them. They got to be banned. Got to make it action. It's only sport. They got to do something about it.
But I just want to ask, who's going to fucking see this message?
Whoever, this is on YouTube, so it can reach out anywhere. This goes around the world.
Platini.
There you go.
There you go. That's his message.
That's it.
It's an avenue
Akram,
for him to speak his
I really
mind.
want. I look like you got a lot to say, but you're just not saying it.
As an algorithm.
Here we go.
As always, like and subscribe to the video.
Yeah.
And if you have anything to comment,
Yeah.
please comment, guys.
Oh, if I fucking end it. That's enough.
Yeah.
Oh,
On that note,
shit.
guys, thanks for your message, Darcy.
No worries.
I appreciate it. On that note, guys, we'll see you next week. Have a good week.
Oh, fuck my tips.
You said you didn't have any.
Fuck your tips. Next week.
See you later. Bye bye.